Melania Trump. Great to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
The first thing is congratulations.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I filed a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life. And they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him, and she doesn't.
You don't know. That's why I say it like
These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what the View's audience loves. It is targeted perfectly at a radically feminist, liberal audience that loves hate. Another now, this is loving and tolerant rhetoric the left uses, which they accuse the opposing side of using. And this one, those women are a danger to America. They do more than anyone else to stoke political and social tension.
Here's some news for you. The former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made a stop on Fox News to promote her new memoir. Apparently, she's answered personal and political questions. Take a look.
American people need to decide what they really want. Maybe some, strong tweets, but everything.
Melania Trump just made news with a startling legal struggle that has everyone talking. It's not just any lawsuit, however. It's a historic clash that has shaken the media landscape for years. She reportedly obtained a staggering $900 million defamation settlement against The View and co-host Sunny Hostin in a surprising turn of events. Despite persistent attacks from many sources, Melania decided to take a stand this time. One of the largest defamation settlements in history. This landmark case aims to hold the media accountable in addition to providing financial compensation. And guess what? Melania's legal team argued that the statements went beyond simple opinions to outright falsehoods meant to harm her image. The jury concurred. This case sets an important precedent. Reckless attacks on public figures will no longer be tolerated. For me, this is more than just a win. It's a bold message to anyone who thought they could drag her name through the mud without facing repercussions. But how did The View end up in this hot water? Let's look at their history of unfiltered attacks. The work program has long functioned under the pretense of being untouchable and is well known for its heated debates and divisive opinions. However, this case shows that the show often crosses the line into slander, especially when criticizing conservative figures like Melania Trump. Co-hosts Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar have accused her of a variety of things over the years, including calling her a reluctant First Lady who ruined the Rose Garden and claiming that she hates her husband. These weren't just humorous jabs. They were recurring narratives that painted Melania as cold and calculating. The situation was made worse by the blatant lack of accountability. The co-hosts constantly repeated each other's baseless claims, creating an echo chamber of misinformation. Disguised as opinion. Other conservative women like Kayleigh McEnany and Sarah Huckabee Sanders have received similar treatment on The View. However, this time the show went too far, and now they are facing the consequences. Melania Trump wasn't the only target of these wild claims. It all started when Sunny Hostin made a careless comment. She thought she could say anything she wanted without repercussions, but this time she hit a wall. Her reckless statements on an episode of The View came at a shocking cost. Hostin blatantly claimed that Melania Trump hated her husband and was only with him for the money, without offering any supporting evidence. It was a casual remark, but it was delivered with such smug certainty, as if Hostin had insider knowledge about the Trumps' marriage, which made it even worse. Instead of questioning her, the other co-hosts simply nodded in agreement, treating her baseless accusations as fact. This wasn't just negligence, it was outright defamation. Melania refused to let it slide. A jury awarded her an astounding $900 million in damages, a financial blow that could have a significant impact on ABC and The View. But how did Melania become a target and then win one of the largest defamation settlements in history? Let's break it down. The defamation case centered on the host's remarks, which Melania's legal team argued were part of a broader campaign of targeted attacks meant to tarnish her reputation. After years of baseless criticism from shows like The View, Melania finally decided that enough was enough. She had often remained silent and avoided the media frenzy surrounding her family, but this time she chose to fight back. Her attorneys quickly filed a defamation lawsuit, meticulously detailing how The View had gone beyond expressing opinions and had engaged in outright falsehoods designed to harm her image. And you know what? The lawsuit exposed a troubling pattern of behavior. The View hosts frequently pushed negative narratives about conservative women while avoiding the same level of scrutiny for their left-leaning counterparts. Melania's legal team came prepared, with evidence, including video clips of past disparaging comments. Interviews showed hosts repeatedly spreading false accusations, and even internal corporate emails revealed that these narratives were intentionally crafted for ratings. The goal wasn't just to defend Melania's reputation, it was to hold The View accountable for years of deception. As the courtroom battle unfolded, shocking details about media bias emerged. The case didn't just expose The View, it revealed a larger system of bias in mainstream media. Melania's team presented examples of how media outlets often amplified these misleading narratives, creating a cycle of misinformation that shaped public perception. One particularly damning piece of evidence was a leaked email from a producer instructing hosts to escalate anti-Trump themes during segments with conservative guests. This case demonstrated that these attacks weren't random. They were deliberate tactics designed to drive ratings by catering to an audience eager for controversy. ABC's offices were rocked when the verdict was announced in Melania Trump's favor. The financial burden was enormous, but the damage to ABC's reputation may be even worse. Legal analysts quickly noted that this was one of the largest defamation awards in history and could spell disaster for The View. Although Melania won, ABC executives were left in shock over the $900 million ruling. The verdict reinforced the perception that programs like The View prioritize sensationalism over accuracy and fairness. Once a flagship show for ABC, The View has now become a liability the network can't afford to ignore. According to insiders, executives are considering drastic measures to contain the fallout, including the possibility of canceling the show entirely. In addition to Sunny Hostin, whose career may never fully recover from this debacle, advertisers are reportedly pulling their sponsorships, not wanting to be associated with such a controversial program. Hostin, who once built a reputation as a voice of reason on The View, now finds herself at the center of a cautionary tale. ABC executives are reportedly furious with her for putting them in this precarious situation. Even if she manages to keep her job, there are serious discussions about firing her to mitigate further damage to the network's brand. How can viewers trust someone whose careless and unfounded remarks cost her network nearly $1 billion? Meanwhile, Melania Trump is walking away more empowered than ever. By standing up for herself and winning one of the largest defamation settlements in history, she proved that she is far more than what her critics have portrayed her to be. She is strong, determined, and unafraid to challenge powerful institutions when they cross the line. This case wasn't just about clearing her name, it was about holding the media accountable like never before. For too long, shows like The View have operated under the assumption that they could say whatever they wanted about public figures without consequences. Melania Trump's alleged $900 million victory against The View has sent shockwaves through the media industry. Legal experts predict that this case will encourage other high-profile figures to take similar action against media outlets that have built their reputations on sensationalism and defamation. By setting a precedent that reckless, agenda-driven attacks will no longer be tolerated, especially when they cross into defamation. This case changes everything. While The View faces an uncertain future, let's take a closer look at what this could mean for the media landscape moving forward. With a $900 million judgment looming over them, is The View coming to an end after decades on air? The message is clear. Freedom of speech has limits, and when those limits are crossed, there will be consequences. According to insiders, discussions about canceling the show are already underway, with some considering a complete rebrand or an entirely new program to salvage what's left of its audience. The View is facing an existential crisis like never before. If the show is canceled, what does that mean for other media outlets that use similar tactics? Melania Trump's $900 million victory isn't just a personal triumph. It's a massive shift in media accountability. As the fallout continues, one thing is certain: this case has permanently altered the media landscape. The only question now is, will other media outlets take heed, or will they continue down this path until they face their own reckoning? Melania Trump has shown that she is not just strong, she is unstoppable. Only time will tell what happens next. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.